You know, I can't believe it. The fact that episode 1 of this here got the most views we've ever done.
Yeah, that's really cool. But was it obviously people were interested in the show? Hopefully, we've not put them off it. That
No
sounds
such thing, though, do
rubbish.
we really?
Sorry?
We don't want to talk. We don't want to talk about the shite.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Definitely not, mate. So we're covering episode 3 and stuff like that. I've got to be honest. I enjoyed this week. I thought we were probably one of the best.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. The pace, and all. Obviously, what was it when they edit these things? They build a narrative
Mm-hmm.
into what's going on, and what was it? It was quite an eventful episode.
Absolutely. So we're going to be covering all that in our 30-minute review and stuff like that. But you know the rules by now, guys. Roll the intro. So, Mr. Haney, how's the week been?
Yeah, it's been interesting. So, what was it? Obviously, what was it? Usual sort of work nonsense. What was it? What was it? It's been quite hectic. So, pretty much been that. And then last night I was at a concert. So I was at the Zach Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
It was, which is, well, as you can imagine, it's a Black Sabbath tribute band with Zach Wild, which was really good.
Yep.
So, what was it? That was a fun show. What was it called? Right at the end, they do War Pigs, and he does. At one point, he was up in the balcony doing the solo. I mean, I think the solo must have went on for about 20 minutes. He was really kicking the arse at it, but it was an awesome solo. But
Yeah, you sent some
you
clips,
know Zach
obviously.
Wild, so what was it? That's the sort of thing to do. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You sent some clips in the chat and stuff like that, and it did obviously look like a really good show.
It was, but was it? I've been fortunate to see Black Sabbath 3 times, so what was it called? Unfortunately, not going to the show. What was it this year? The last one for Ozzy, but what was it called? I think that'll be a sort of different one. That sort of to me seems very somber, and it's almost like a goodbye, isn't it? What was it? If you're a music fan and you're an Ozzy fan, then what was it? There's a lot of acts there, but yeah, it seems like a bit of a. What was it? Was it goodbye to Ozzy?
Yeah, and the good thing is, I think they're also doing something to do with the drummer, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's definitely good. I think it's at Villa Park and stuff like that. So, and I know the tickets went on sale, but I've got a feeling they're going to be selling out pretty quickly.
Yeah, they went really quickly, and they were. I mean, people were complaining about the price, but a couple of things: supply and demand, and supposedly all the money is going to local charities in Birmingham. So, what was it? What was it? You've got to take that Sharon on her word for that. But what was it? She's not a person to lie about these sort of things. So, I think that's pretty awesome. All these lucky people are going to get to see bands like Metallica and things like that as well. Alice in Chains, whole load of bands coming over, Pantera. So so I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, absolutely, of course, and stuff like that. So, we're talking about, mate, obviously WWE LFG episode 3 and stuff like that. And I said in the introduction, this is probably one of the best episodes. Now, obviously, it kicks off with something which I didn't expect with Ray.
Sorry, I didn't hear you there. Sorry.
I said that obviously it kicks off with obviously BJ Ray being injured.
Yeah, I mean, but was it? We went straight into we went sort of straight into that, and obviously, that was Shawn Michaels had sort of revealed that he injured himself in a live event.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? So what was it? At the start of the show, we basically had Bubba. What was it? Like sort of having to pick a replacement. So he has this. He decides to involve BJ into that decision making, which is quite interesting as the sort of episode progresses.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, that went to a tag team match with Josh Black and Drake Stark versus Case Hatch and Cutler James. One of the things the judges noticed was these obviously didn't get picked for them top 16, but I thought these were pretty good.
Yeah, what was it? I mean, I'm guessing the standard's really high. What was it? So I'm sure some like these people that missed out, they just missed out. I don't think it was like what was it? Like overly sort of like a lower sort of level of wrestler. I think some of them probably were a case of like, what was it? What was it? Stick a pin in somebody and pick them, because they look really fantastic in the ring. So it was really cool. So, what was it? You had, what was it? Josh Black and what was it? Drake Starks versus Case. What was it? Hatch and Cutler James.
Mm-hmm.
Which, what was it? As you know, so I sort of previewed a bit more of Cutler in this. What was it? So they talked about like his amateur background and things like that, and then what was it? Obviously won the match with that sort of facebuster, which was what was it? Really interesting. And then we got to the interesting part where what was it? What was it? We got we got to hear about BJ and sort of Cutler's sort of history together, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and stuff like that. So in the match, obviously, obviously he asks for his input and stuff like that. But when all's said and done, obviously Cutler obviously got the go ahead, and I thought he was obviously the standout for me.
No, definitely, and I think Bubba was in. Was playing a bit of what was it? Devil's advocate there, because I think he probably knew fine well he didn't need BJ to pick. He just wanted to see what sort of reaction he's, because obviously been getting the heads up. There's maybe a bit of history there with one of the competitors. So, what was it? The chap basically says that BJ was a bit of a waster.
Essentially, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's the stuff like that. So the key
Yeah.
thing, obviously, this week as well is promos and stuff like that. So obviously the performers, I want to say, obviously got to do some like mic work with one certain. Anyway,
Yes.
Road Dog. I mean, mine went blank then through it. What?
Yes, it was. Oh, you didn't know? Do 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 do.
I mean, when you think about it, that guy's absolutely incredible on the mic.
No, he is. I mean, he's fantastic. What was it? He's fantastic on the mic. He was a great wrestler as well. Um, obviously, that was it. Pigeonholed with the whole DX thing. What was it? But his whole family. He's part of the Armstrong family. So, what was it? His whole family and what was it? Like father is. To his brothers were all in the wrestling business. So what was it called? That was in their blood. But he's probably one of the best talkers there is. Being in wrestling, but was it you sort of dismiss it a little bit because of what was it? Some of the history there. He had his issues with the WWE and was released, and what was it? And then they did the whole sort of what was it VKM thing in TNA. Which was basically it was a big sort of slant on what's his name, Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it? He's found himself back at the WWE and he's doing well for himself, which is really good after some health issues.
Absolutely. But what we didn't realize is obviously with these promo battles, these obviously led up to the matches. And the first one was obviously we'll talk about the promos. First was Chris Island and Shiloh Hill. Shiloh Hill's obviously getting a lot of TV time and stuff like that. But one thing I like is the guy's intensity when he's doing promos is really, really, noticeable.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was one of the better ones at doing it. It sort of stand out. What was it? Yeah, what was it? The sort of promos. I mean, I'm really impressed with that guy as well. So, what was it? I mean, this sort of promo battle was quite fun. I think they were like, "Well, guys, like, calm it a little bit."
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
got a little bit thinking. We'll have to talk about the match and stuff like that. The following, obviously, I think they said rap battle. I'm like, what am I on about then? Is Danny and Panina. Now, Danny's one of my absolute favorites because I just like
Yeah.
I like the character type thing. What did you think of this one?
Yeah, I think what was it? Panina sort of outshined Danny though in the promo stuff,
Yeah.
But what was it called? Dan. Yeah, Danny's definitely got that sort of look that going places, which is really good.
Yeah, and the following one was Xena and obviously Leah.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, I had to turn away from this one because I thought it was a little bit cringe.
Yeah, that vomit gag was terrible, and was it Bubba sort of has to intervene and say, "Listen, right, yeah, let's go back to the drawing board, guys."
100%. And
Not a bad thing, you know. Some people are going to be good at some things. Some people are going to be good at others, you know. So, um, but what was it? What was it called? There's such a high standard with the females in the WWE now. But was it? It's not like the olden days where you can get away with some nice tits and ass. You know, you really need to know your stuff. You know, so they
yeah,
what was it? You know,
going to
they
be
what was it?
interesting. It's going to be interesting to talk about obviously the women's side of wrestling because we're covering that obviously on Saturday and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's going to be a nice little debate.
What was it? What was it? First, what was it? That'll be fun. You know, celebrating sort of. What was it? Women in wrestling for obviously it's International Women's Day, so
Yeah,
really
absolutely. And of
cool.
course, yeah, of course, we'll of course be joined by James as well. He obviously has to come on the show for that, so that'll be all three of us tomorrow.
Yep, that'll be good.
And
That'll be good fun.
and of course, the final one was
Has
Drake and
Mr. Isaac still been abducted by the aliens? Has not been returned yet?
No. And the following one was Drake and Anthony, which was an interesting one because it's like Roxanne Perez is obviously partner and stuff like that. But this guy's got charisma, but it sounds like he's down himself a lot.
Yeah, he's got a bit of what was it? That sort of dreaded what was it? Self doubt. What was it called? It is a bit. I mean, what was it? It was a bit shitty bringing up. What was it? Partners, though. I don't think that's a good thing to do. You know. What was it? What was it called? I suppose we were trying to build up. I suppose we were trying to sort of build up drama. You know, but what was it? It's like it was a bit of like I mean, and this is strange, but was it? But it was a bit of like my cock's bigger than your cock scenario with their girlfriends. You know. What was it? Which didn't really go resonate with me at all.
No,
You
it was when you said that, you're kind of on point there.
yeah,
So
that was what that is, you know, and yeah,
yeah, it's just
all
one of
good.
those. Yeah, it's just one of those things, mate. Unfortunately, and stuff like that. So now, obviously, you will see a lot, obviously, training stuff like that. Now, Mickey had a nice little surprise under the name of Michelle McCool. I didn't expect this.
Yeah, there's sort of what was it? Sort of creating a bit of a what was it? What was it? A bit of home drama there with Undertaker.
I thought it was interesting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This was what was it? She brought her into what was it? Help with Danny and what was it? And then basically what was it? Taker comes out and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be a team, you know. What was it? What was it? And it's what was it? It's the. I mean, it's what was it? Proverbial. What was it? I know it's a sort of round the wrong way. She basically implied it's bros before hoes, you know, sort of scenario. What was it called? But yeah, what was it? It was fun to see her there. You know, she's really talented, and obviously, what was it? What was it? I was thinking when she went out to like gave her the Hell's Gate and says, "Yeah, go and ask Taker if you can use it." I thought she was setting him up. You know, I was like, "Oh shit, this is going to be interesting." You know.
Yeah, exactly. And
Um,
that was one of the best things I would say I like because you're talking about somebody who's been in the wrestling business, as Undertaker said, 2 minutes. And I think he got the information kind of wrong because he said he's been using it for 30 years, but I don't think he's been using Hellgate for that long.
no, he's only been using it for about 10. If that, it was he first used it when um, just before the whole Brock Lesnar stuff, didn't it? So I don't think it is 10 years. But yeah.
Yeah, I would just kind of pick that up a little bit and stuff like that. But
No, we won't go there because really it came about because he wanted an MMA sort of submission hold, you know. So MMA wasn't really around 30 years ago. So, but it wasn't, you know what I mean?
can you imagine though, Danny? Do you know what I mean? It's like how nervous you were to ask like a man like that. Can he use like one of your submissions?
Yeah, I know. But was it? I mean, it shows you like what was it? What was it? It showed you her going straight to the Undertaker in the thing. But can you just imagine? She probably went to the bathroom and had an anxiety attack before she did it. You know, because
Yeah.
she's stuck in a between a rock and a hard place. Because now she's been sent on a mission by what was it? Two legends. What was it? Two Hall of Famers. Right? She doesn't know whether she's probably thinking, am I being set up here? You know, or did it even cross her mind? You know, what was it called? But yeah. What was it? I don't think Taker would have been as nice if it wasn't his wife that sent her up there. And she's thinking, yeah, Chris, what was it? What was it? If I say no to this, she might put me in that hole tonight.
But no, I mean, like Undertaker said that he obviously she earned his respect. You know what I mean? For obviously because that was the old school days, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah, you need to sort of ask, you know, if you can sort of do that in the old school mentality. And Taker is very much old school. So oddly, he said in the past that if MMA was about, he probably would have went into MMA rather than wrestling, which is interesting. But what was it called? But yeah,
Yeah,
very interesting. But
absolutely. And of course,
fun part of it. Yeah.
yeah. Middle, obviously, this as well as obviously Drake, obviously asks Bubba, what can he do, obviously, to connect with the audience? And I kind of like Bully's response here because it's like he can't tell you. Do you know what I mean? You've got to figure that out for yourself.
Yeah, you need to know. You need to know what you sort of want to do yourself. You know, and it's sort of interesting. But it was in that sort of thing, you know, because what was it? That's the criticism of Vince McMahon, isn't it? Sort of everybody's got given their gimmick by Vince. It wasn't really their own person, you know. So they felt sort of pigeonholed even when they left WWE. They were putting these sort of similar roles. But it was funny. It was funny watching Bubba. It was having a bit of fun with him doing the Bayou Boogie at the end there, which was quite funny.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think they were. I don't think any of them were expecting him to do that.
no, not at all. Now, of course, that led to obviously the matches. Now, first match one was, of course, Shiloh Hill, which is Team Taker, versus Chris Island from Team Mickey. This was a great match, but that injury, oh my God. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, he looked like he got his bell rung completely, didn't he?
Yeah.
And what was it called? It was some stern words from Mickey as well to sort of Chris Island to say, listen, you should be when your guy's injured, then you should be the first one on there to make sure he's all right. You know, and he says, I didn't notice, which is probably the wrong answer. And they're probably trying to keep it a bit PG friendly. And I'm sure he was told one thing there, and then he was probably pulled aside, you know, and says, listen, you know, like the guy, you've got to protect the guy in there, and the other guy's got to protect you, you know. What was it? But yeah, what was it? Interesting to see, but hopefully he was all right after that, you know, because it looked like he was out of it when they told him to get out of the ring. You know,
Yeah, he looked like he
just
still wanted to go.
Yep.
And stuff like that. Now, obviously, after this match, like you mentioned, they obviously got escorted out the ring and stuff like that. The legends bring over the rest of the future Grace to teach them what to do in that situation. This is what comes with the business. They have no difference. They have to know the difference between a real injury and obviously selling. And that made me think as a fan, it's like, you're absolutely right. Do you know what I mean? It's one thing, obviously, to go out there and entertain and stuff like that, but it's also safety as well.
100%. You need to make sure that the guy you're in the ring with is safe, because he's going to do the same thing for you. And if you both can't do that, then you shouldn't be in the wrestling ring. You should be looking after each other.
100%, mate. Well said. Now, match number 2 was Panina versus Danny Sikalski. I've got to be honest, I actually like this match because I like this idea of like David versus Goliath.
This was what was it? I'm trying to remember. What was it? What was it? There was a bit of criticism, though, wasn't there, of the what was it? The bump taken from Taker.
Yes,
I think it was a bit too much of it. But obviously, Danny won with the Hell's Gate, which was pretty cool. What was it? They seemed satisfied with this. They seemed very satisfied with this match, which was really good.
Yeah, so
Um,
the notes obviously as followed. Taking notes, Panini took too many bumps and should have only taken one bump. He
mhm,
compliments both women though, and notes again he appreciates the respect by Danny in asking
yeah,
to use his move.
yeah, no, definitely, and uh, I don't think he would have been happy if she did that move and then lost.
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff like that. Now, next final match was Anthony Luke versus Drake. I've got to be honest, Drake really surprised me with this one. I was really impressed.
Yeah, but was it Bubba was really happy with him as well. The sort of effort he sort of asked if he'd given everything in the ring, and I thought that was going to be a trick question, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it wasn't. It was. What was it? Bubba was like, really impressed with what went on in the match, and it was a good match, you know. This is. It's quite ironic because I know these things are probably caught up for the TV show, but
Mm-hmm.
these 4 or 5 minute matches, this is real fighting. Real fights don't last more than 5 minutes. You know, what was it called? What was it? You don't need to go through like what was it, a circus routine or a gymnastic routine for 20 minutes and then do with multiple finishers. Sometimes what was it, less is more. You know, what was it? And I'm enjoying these little short bouts.
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff. And it's like you mentioned there. Do you know what I mean? These like length of matches are actually on like WWE Raw anyway or SmackDown.
Yeah, and and that's the thing, you know. But was it wrestling's not only just about the wrestling, it's about the storytelling. And everybody will say, well, that's a WWE thing. No, but was it storytelling is a fundamental aspect of wrestling. You know, it's just that the WWE take it to a different level with the whole entertainment thing, with bringing in celebrities and pop culture stuff. You know, relevance. But at the end of the day, if you're going to fight somebody, most fights are not going to last more than 2 or 3 minutes, really, are they? 5 minutes tops.
No,
So,
absolutely.
you know, it's all good.
Yeah, so like I said, now obviously the winners were as followed. So who should have got the points for you?
Well, I do agree that Danny, what was it, end a point. I do agree with that one.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? I think, what was it called? What was it? Booker really, what was it? What was it? What was it? Enjoyed Anthony, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a sort of hard one to call because I thought Drake did really well in that match, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was it? So what was it? Uh, I mean, Booker talked about it. What was it? What was it? I think. What was it? I think the standings now are. Was it Booker and Mickey have got 2 points each, and Taker have got and Bubba have got none. But what was it called? I really thought I really thought Drake should have got what was it should have got the sort of the point there, but it is what it is. So obviously, but was it? I mean, Booker thinks Anthony's going to be a big star, obviously. So he's going to say that because that's his guy, you know.
Yeah, the only
But
thing obviously with Anthony Luke though, what winds me up is some of the things he does in the ring, he kind of overdoes it, in my opinion.
yeah, you know, but you look at Booker T and sort of over the top stuff he used to do. You know, you can see why he likes him. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. It's a bit over the top with it, you know. Again, less is more.
Yeah, exactly, and stuff like that. And I've just realised I put the wrong like thing at the bottom, the banner.
Oh no, what's the banner say? I can't see it.
I've just turned it off, but it's the one from yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to edit that out now.
Yeah, that'll be
Okay.
fine. Nobody will notice the banner.
They do. It's, I don't know why, but I've only just realised. I think I must be tired.
It's Friday.
Yeah, it is. It is. So obviously now we're 3 weeks in and stuff like that. What are you thinking to the show overall?
It's a really fun show. Apparently, it's been renewed for a second series. So, what was it? What was it? Obviously, the networks likes it. Um, so I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a fun show. What was it? I'm enjoying it more than Tough Enough was, because Tough Enough was fun, but it was more entertainment elements, you know. It was and then at the end of the show they were out in a bar getting pissed, and there'd be some sort of reality skit where they would end up in a fight or something like that, you know, and then they would be back in the ring, and you know, that was whereas this is a bit more real, shall we say.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Do you know what I mean? It's been obviously a great show. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much we can obviously summarize now. We summarize obviously episode 3 and stuff. So tune in next week. Next week, obviously, it airs. We have to watch it the day after.
Yep.
Which is kind of annoying, but that's what we've got to do, right?
Yeah, well, either that or we try and stay up till like ridiculous o'clock and try and find somewhere to watch it, but I ain't doing that.
No, me neither. We've got like things to do.
Yes. We got a life, people! You know, damn you wrestling companies. Good everything stateside, you know.
Dear. Be sure to obviously tune in tomorrow, guys. So we've got an interview with obviously Levy from Scotland here. I'm sure you know that guy.
Yep, definitely. Yep, seen him a few times.
And then, of course, we've got the International Women's Day, where we were talking about basically women from all over the UK, all over the US, absolutely everywhere.
Yep. Definitely.
So, absolutely. Any final words, man?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Cheers for watching, guys.